Hey, how you doing? It's Eric from AHA, Americans Helping Americans in AMP Live, the American Mentee Program. Today, we got the AMP Live Real Estate Show, Sunday sermon, Rants and Raves. So never know what I'm going to be talking about or what I'm going to actually deliver and say and share. But hopefully you get some value from it. Do the likes, do the loves, and all that good stuff. Share it with others. Watch it all the way back and forth as I drop those pro tips and things that you can use in the open market, right? In the field today. So hopefully it inspires you. Hopefully it gets you fired up. If it doesn't, hey, well, it is what it is, right? Can't fire up everybody. I was going back and forth. There's a couple of posts and stuff, just stuff that's out there in real life, right? People talking about, hey, what about PMA, positive mental attitude? Does that work for everybody? Does it apply to everything, right? And I think one was about, hey, how do you want to stop drinking, you don't want to hang out with friends that are partying, doing all that other good stuff, right? But what some of them have, I guess, PMA, as they say. Well, you can't have a positive mental attitude with the negative, right? Doesn't mean the negative mental attitude is there. Just means that alcohol is not positive, obviously, because it hurts you, it damages you, it changes and alters your mind, just like weed and drugs and pills and all that other good stuff, right? So it's a negative. You can't have a positive and a negative put together. It's kind of like two magnets, right? Positive and negative. If you put two of them together and try to piece them together, they repel each other, right? Just doesn't work. Have to be the old yin and yang, right? Positive and negative. Positive mental attitude, it's a lot more than just a positive mental attitude. Saying, hey, I'm happy today and smile and, oh, yeah, this is awesome, and lying to yourself. Yes, programming has to be done that way, but it's called repetition. When you go repetition, 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 it's like propaganda. So the same way that the government and news systems and all that good stuff use propaganda to brainwash a lot of people, same thing works. You can brainwash yourself, right? You can watch a bunch of positive stuff. You can read a bunch of positive stuff. You can read books to fuel your mind and literally lie to yourself, and eventually you'll start believing it, and your mind will take that from the subconscious to the triggers, trigger it out, and then turn it into the conscious mind, and you'll actually believe it, you'll manifest, and things will start happening for you. The thing is that when there's a lot of frequency pushing that frequency down, 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 that's why you got a lot of people in depression, things aren't happening for them or whatever. I get it. We all get like that. I do. I'm a human being. We're not robots, right? We're going to do what we're going to do. But for me, it's reading. Got to read. I got to, do a little bit of my morning ritual, get down on my knees, hit the ground and pray and talk to, God, the universe, and because thoughts are things. There's a book called Think and Grow Rich. Shared it with a few peeps, especially with that young man who was talking about, hey, well, how do I not drink around people? Well, eventually, if there's peer pressure, as you're talking about, right? The peer pressure is like anything else, right? You're gonna fall through and break, or you just got to stay away from. It's like It's like putting candy on the table, and you have a bunch of kids come over. You can put a sign there that says "Do not touch," but someone's gonna freaking touch the candy. Someone's gonna grab some candy. The 1 to 3% or whatever it is, don't know the statistics, right? But they're good. Someone's gonna grab that candy, and it makes it easier. If you take the candy bowl away, there's no candy to take. There's no temptation, right? So that's just kind of human nature, but it's as easy as that. But, not everybody wants to let go of their friends or their family members or things and all that good stuff, right? Now, I'm not saying to eliminate friends, because there's always friends there that you probably wouldn't do business with, right? But they're awesome when you go out and have some lunch because it's funnier than shit. You got to laugh, right? Laughter cures everything to a degree, right? And so that's a good thing. But you may not go into business with that person, right? But if there's peer pressure and having you do this drink, do that, then that's probably not the best friend to have around you, right? So you want to disconnect. That's just us. That's me. I'll disconnect. I'll sever the relationship. I got to eliminate the negative stuff. I don't want negative energy in my life. And it's like anything else, right? You got positiveness, and if you bring in the negative stuff, it's like a virus, right? It starts affecting you, starts affecting your mind, starts affecting what you do and how you do things. And it eventually will affect your outcome and everything that you do. So it's not about kumbaya and saying, affirmations and say positive things, right? Those are, to a degree, are chants, right? You're chanting. What I mean is like a chant, saying it over and over and over and over, right? I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm the best in the world. I'm the best in the world. I'm the best at what I do. I'm the best at what I do. I'm going to have an awesome day. I'm going to have an awesome day. Whatever your affirmations are. I know when I was working a regular job, I had my affirmations just to keep me at that job because I freaking hated it, right? it was frustrating, and I was frustrated, and I didn't want to do it, but I had to talk myself into do it. I had to program my brain with affirmations to keep me going and to understand that it was a temporary thing, that I was eventually going to get out of that job or that career. In the beginning it was cool because it was moving up the ranks and going, well, shit, is this going to be forever? I don't know if this is what I want forever, right? So I always like to call them lateral moves, right? So you're not going, 2 or 3 steps backward, and sometimes that'll happen too, right? It feels like it, but it's a lateral move to take you to the next level, to take you where you're supposed to go in your legacy or destiny or whatever your destiny is in life. That's what happens. So I'm your host, obviously, from AHA, Americans Helping Americans, one American at a time, one property at a time, one American at a time, doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others across the United States of America. That is our cause and mission. That's my cause and mission, is to help fellow Americans across the United States of America with creative real estate investing. That is the jam, creative real estate investing, and any other type of real estate issues or no issues, or just there's always going to be issues, right? Real estate is what it is. There's a lot of moving parts. Okay, and AMP Live, the American Mentee Program, it's one of the only mentoring programs of its kind in the United States of America, or even the world. The reason I know this is because I've talked and I've seen, talked to thousands of people every freaking year, right? And know what's out there as far as the programs. I won't name any names, don't have to. At the end of the day, there's good ones, there's bad ones, there's awesome ones, and there's a lot of shit ones, right? The bottom line is, they're out there, and it's nothing like muscle memory and how we do stuff, right? It's based on muscle memory. It's based on action. It's based on doing things. It's based on sales 101, high trust selling, straight selling. We call it the AMP Live method, the art of the deal, right? That's where you just amplify your business. Happens every time. That's why I can sleep at night. That's why I can say what I say when I say it, simply because it works. If you do it, if you show up to the party, like Grant Cardone says, 90% is showing up, right? And I always say 99% is freaking mindset. You have to have the mindset. You have to be prepared to go to battle. You have to be prepared to go and win, because that's what life's all about, right? People don't hang around with losers, right? Like my dad used to always say, if you want to soar like an eagle, can't hang around freaking turkeys, right? Because turkeys don't freaking fly. A little bit, up and down, whoop, up and down. They fly, then drop, and fly, then drop, and fly, then drop. I'd rather take off and soar like an eagle. Keep on rolling, right? So that's my thing. But that was a weird little thing from my dad. He always had those little weird things that he would say, and they were true, right? And it's like even the other one. You need to go to college to get out of the ghetto. And I'm like, fuck college. I don't want to go to college, but sometimes you should listen to your elders, right? Listen to other people who've been through the shit, so you don't have to go through the shit, right? That's a beautiful thing. For me, that's getting a mentor. I didn't mean to get a mentor. It just happened, right? That's just fate and perseverance and pushing things forward with PMA and studying to be a better person and other things, and figuring out what you want in your business and how you want your business to be perceived at the end of the day. That was me. So it was a natural progression, getting into the business and doing stuff, learning, taking down deals, negotiating, learning the art of the deal, learning what we now have, the AMP Live method, right? And then basically, by accident, getting a mentor. I didn't ask for one. I didn't think I know I needed somebody because I tried, but I didn't have any deals. I didn't have any websites. I didn't have any leads. Super green, didn't know shit in the business, just study. And, I was going, find a coach, find somebody, go work for somebody for free. And I'm like, shit, I can't work for free because I already work way too many hours on my corporate gig. It's on a freaking salary. I got dental and medical and all that shit, but I need more money because I got 3 kids and a wife, right? And vice versa. So that type of stuff is like, well, do I have time for that? Can I go to work for free? I'm willing to do whatever it takes, but things from not giving up, right? God said, boom, here you go. You're going to hit a brick wall. And Let's see if you're going to go past that brick wall. Let's see if you're going to climb the brick wall. Let's see if you're going to go around it. Or let's see if you're going to keep on pounding through it until it breaks, right? And that's life. Most people will hit it a couple of times, try to climb it, try to go around it. And if it don't work, they stop, they quit, and they give up, right? So one of my old things, too, my dad used to say, right, is that a winner never quits. And was it, a winner never quits and a quitter never wins. It's true. So as long as you keep moving forward, like Sylvester Stallone says, keep on punching, right? and you will always be winning because you're moving forward, right? That's life. It's when you quit and you give up, then yeah, not saying you're a loser, not saying you would be a loser or me. That's why I like to call it a lateral move, right? Hey, I'm not going to completely quit this, but I'm going to move to this or this pivot as long as it stays in real estate, or maybe even pivots, right? I'm going to do something else, some software or something, right? Or maybe it's related to real estate, or maybe it's just totally out of the business, but that means it's a career change. Can it be a lateral move? Hopefully it does, and hopefully it doesn't crash and burn, and it goes up, right? But it doesn't always happen for everybody, right? Most of society is geared towards a job, a job. Go to school, get up in the morning, because that's what they indoctrinate you, is go to school, to wake up so you can go get a job, learn your math and your spelling and some simple stuff, get your degree, or get your high school, whatever degree, and then go diploma, I should say, and then go off to college if that's what you're going to do. That's great if you're going to be a doctor, you can be an attorney, or you come from a rich family because your dad says you got to go, or your mom and dad says you got to go to college, otherwise you don't get that trust fund, a little pickadoo, right? At the end of the day, you got to go meet some people, meet our crew, meet the people that we know and associate with, so you yourself can get into and carry on the legacy, right? Other than that, you spend all kinds of money, get in debt, have some kids. That's okay too. You should. People don't, they're teaching people don't have kids anymore. You should. How are you going to, you have to procreate, man. It's human nature, right? To do that. You got to have people. You got to have the yin and the yang at the end of the day to make things happen, to keep your bloodline rolling, right? That's what has to happen. And it's just human nature, right? It kicks in. Sooner or later, you're going to find someone that, man, you just fall in love with. And you don't want to do anything else but spend the rest of your life with them and all that good stuff and time. And to meet your soulmate or whatever it is that you want to call it, right? That happens or it doesn't happen. If you're looking for it, probably won't happen. So usually it happens when you're not looking for it. That stuff happens, right? That's life. That's called life, right? We all know that. But if we're in moving forward in certain things like business, right? And you pray and you do your affirmations and you scribe, right? I'm trying to get my daughter to read more, right? I'm trying to get her to get back to affirmations and scribing and doing all that good stuff so she can figure out where she wants to and needs to be. Several years ago, she was. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I need to be. Until, she started hanging out with some jabroni, and I let that slide, right? That happens, right? Whatever. It was, as long as he didn't piss me off, I wouldn't run the son of a bitch off. But at the end of the day, and I usually don't talk about this stuff, right? Because I'm the first one saying, hey, don't you be talking about anything about the life of my personal life to anybody. But hey, nobody knows who she is, but it happens. And if this helps you, and maybe you're older and you got some kids, a son or a daughter or whatever, and you want the best for them, right? Can't let them settle for mediocrity, right? Can't let them settle for the job. Can't let them settle for what? Normal? What do you call it? Normalcy? Call it a settling. You're too damn young to settle for anything, man. Shit, 27, we bought our first house, me and my wife, right? I was 27 years old. Then into the 30s, started kicking ass and rocking and rolling, right? Then the market crashed and all kinds of shit happened, right? So you gotta adjust, adapt, and keep on rocking, right? Otherwise, you will perish, you'll disappear, and sometimes it's okay, disappear for a little bit, reconvene, get all your faculties in order, bring them to the forefront again, get yourself fired up, come back even better because you already went through something that others have not. So therefore, you have a better chance of succeeding than others, right? That's just a known fact. Everything comes with time. As they say, it takes, 10,000 hours to become an expert at something? It seems like a lot of time, a lot of hours, right? It's 5 years. If you put, 8-hour day, 5 days a week, I believe. Don't do the math. You can do the math. Go for it. If you're a nerd, go for it. Do the math. 10,000 hours, 5 years to become what? whatever it is you wanted to be, an expert in whatever it is. Is it car mechanic? Is it electrician? Is it a salesperson? Who knows, right? Is it real estate, right? That's the thing that I was willing to pay the price. I don't care how long it takes. If it takes me 30 years until I'm dead and I just do some deals, some transactions, and I'm in the business, then I've accomplished what I've accomplished, right? Well, my dad also said, hey, you know what? You need to go to college so you can get out of the ghetto. I didn't even know I lived in the ghetto, right? Shit, I lived in Montebello, California. So I didn't think I lived in the ghetto, but I guess I did, because it's not like obviously Beverly Hills. It's not, any other place where it's nice and the homes are nice. It was just a family neighborhood with family people. That's where I grew up. It was awesome, I thought. But I get his point, right? So, obviously the goal is to break the chain, to break the legacy, to change your environment. Because if you don't change and you actually have kids and they don't do what they need to do in 25 years from now, they're going to be in the same spot you are. Hopefully it's an awesome spot. If it's not, then, some work to do, right? But that's not what I wanted to talk about today. But like I said, it's all about the rants and raves. You never know what I'm going to be talking about. It's whatever comes here. We will talk about it a little bit here because I got a little list of stuff. Okay, cool. Well, there's my cuz Mr. Motorcycle Man. He's a crazy son of a bitch. Likes riding them fast ass rate. There you go, popping fucking wheelies. I don't even know if you can see that shit, right? Let's see, right there. Yeah, look at that. Oh, is that one? There you go. The crazy son of a bitch right there. Look at that. Love that motherfucker. All right. A little humor too. There you go. See that? Oh, can you see it? Let me see. See it right there. You can see if I can put the finger there. No. Where's it at? Where's the finger? See the middle finger? That's for the Democrats. For all the idiots out there. All right. Anyways, so this will either go where it's going to go, or Facebook will squash it, or shit book, or whatever you want to call it. It is what it is. They listen to all the stuff and words, whatever. The bottom line is, hey, you got to live your life. Can't live in a bubble. Although, sometimes it's comfortable. I get it. I'm in the sales business. I'm in the people business. I'm in the real estate business. I am in the coaching, the mentoring business, all that good stuff, right? But I like my core small because I don't have time, especially maybe it's at my age. Back in the day, cool, big crowds, everything, and all that's cool. That's all awesome, or not. But there's a lot of bullshit in between there, right? A lot of drama, a lot of issues. I'm past the drama, past the issues, get it, empathy, understanding. That's why I still mentor, right? Otherwise, if I didn't have the patience, I wouldn't do it. Because I don't want to hear this shit. I don't want to handhold. I don't want to hear the crybaby shit, right? So, I'm pretty flexible. Lots of patience from what I hear. My family doesn't think I have patience, but when I'm working with mentees, yeah, there's a lot of patience, right? So, because we signed up for that, right? I signed up to show up to the party every single day and help you with your career and your business, right? You signed up so you can show up every day, take action, follow direction, execute, right? Get the results. Then we'll talk about those results until you get your aha moments and then go, oh, I get it, rinse and repeat. Very simple, right? All based on muscle memory. So you're not having to read 20,000 PDFs and books. You're not going to watch 150,000 videos. You're not going to get a coach that's going to call you to make sure you're watching the videos or get on a Zoom call with 20, 40, 60 people, try to ask a question, never get your question answered because there's too many people, or it just turns out to be 2 hours of bullshit wasted time. Because that's not going to help you you have to pick and pluck out the best nuggets for you, then try to apply them. So there is a what's the word I'm looking for? There is a good thing from being on those. But if you know the information, then it's just a waste of fucking time, right? It's all about let's get to work, let's get to rocking and rolling, eliminate all the bullshit at the end of the day. That's what I decided to do when we decided to launch AMP Live, the American Mentee Program. It has to be reciprocal, right? Don't waste your time with 20,000 videos, and if you need a video, then cool. They're either going to be there or they're going to be especially made just for you, because if you're asking the question, then others are going to ask that question. And then they're just there to reiterate what we're talking about. We're always going to be talking one-on-one because I want that stuff to be downloaded into your mind first. Then if you don't get it, watch the video to reiterate what we're talking about over and over and over, and you still don't get it. Boom, what are we going to do? We're going to have another call about the same thing, and we're going to go over it until you do get it, because we will not move forward until you actually have that accomplished and it's under your belt and you understand it. Otherwise, you're going to get frustrated. We'll get frustrated, and it will not work. I promise you, right? So we don't move forward unless you understand the concept and the method, and you've actually went through it and done it live with us, and vice versa. Then you move to the next phase, and the next phase, and the next phase. Beautiful, lovely thing. Works every freaking single time, right? That's why people will get contracts within 2, 3, 4 weeks. Some take 2 months. Some take 3 months. Some take 4 months. Don't take it. Don't get all upset. Who cares about the Joneses? Oh, well, they got a deal in 2 months. They got a deal in 2 weeks. Shit, it took me 4 months to get my first deal when I started this business. It took me 16 months just to build out my websites, my processes, the contracts, agreements I wanted, because I went through and I said, hey, what do I want this? How do I want my business to be perceived? I don't like those contracts. Those are shit. While that guru has these contracts, those fuckers are shit. Those are shit. Those are shit. And I go, oh, so you find something that goes, that's what I'm looking for. That is the component that's going to take me to the next level, right? You got to take the time. You got to have the faith. You got to put it out there in the universe, and you got to believe in yourself, right? And your skill sets. Back to the Abe Lincoln thing, right? I talked about that a couple of days ago, and chopping down trees. One's going to chop a tree. They're going to have a challenge, right? One has a dull ass axe, and Lincoln's right there before the challenge is sharpening his axe 4 to 6 hours before that, right? But you know who's going to win? The one with the sharpest axe, the one with the sharpest skill sets, the one who's badass and an expert. That's my goal. Our goal is to help you become an expert in your field. I don't care if it's 7,000 population or 700,000 people in your population. You can be the rock star in your area. But you have to believe, you have to work with it. It's got to have the faith to be able to say, man, these guys really know what they're doing? Does Erick really know what he's doing? Is this really going to help me? There's proof in the pudding, battle tested. Go to hashtag Get Erick Paul Live, hashtag Get Erick Paul Live. Tons of videos out there, 200-300. Probably hopefully in the next couple of years there'll be over 600-700 videos, and it's all about wholesaling, fix, flip, buy, hold. Anything that's creative real estate investing in that realm, you'll hear about it. Even in the traditional real estate side, the broker side, and all that good stuff, because I've been in that world too, so I know what's out there. Maybe there's others, my broker, VIP execs, right? My associate, my boss, my everyone, whatever you want to call her, right? At the end of the day, partner, associate, soulmate, right? Business partners. The bottom line is, she knows her shit. So I rely on that. I know my shit over here. So she relies on me to know my stuff. And that's VIP Execs Realty and Lending, right? That's the brainchild of myself and Elizabeth. Broker of record for VIP Execs Realty and Lending. Also powered by, put in that plug, powered by Amp Live Media. That's why we get to do this stuff on wire and have the, I guess what's the word I'm looking for? Have the, I don't know. We'll leave it at that. All right, so let me move on here. Some more rants and raves. Let me get back to this list. I'm sure I'm going to share it with you. We're probably already, 23 minutes in. I'll go 30 minutes. If you haven't got Surfing for Deals, it's free. It's freaking awesome. Look at that. I'm just checking out the picture. I can't post it on here, so maybe I'll post it on the Facebook. So that rocks, man. It's fucking crazy. Popping wheelies on a racetrack out there. That's awesome. Sorry. There you go. You rock, cuz. That's badass. All right. So, Amplified Real Estate Sunday Sermon. Let's get back to the task at hand. What do we got? What do you got? Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Okay. Let's go back here. Let's go here. I got the list here. Here we go. Let's check it out. So, welcome to Sunday Sermon. Register. Yes, definitely register. You can do the link tree thingy with Erick, AHA Amp Live. I might even just put it right up here in the chat. See if I got it somewhere. Saved. I think I do. Oh, for sure you can do this, right? I'm going to post this in the chat. And if you got questions, anytime, even after this video, go to the chat and say, hey, what's up? I want information on this, or can you help me with this? Or I'm working some pre-foreclosures, or I'm trying to find deals. I'm trying to break down this deal. What do you suggest? What CRMs do you suggest? What data do you suggest? Should I use websites, not websites? What came first, the chicken or the egg, right? All that good stuff. Definitely reach out, and we'll definitely will help you out in any way we possibly can. That's the goal, because look, the mission is still the same, right? Is to help our fellow Americans or anybody across the United States of America in their real estate business. All right, so here's this. Join the group. Like I mentioned, it's right here, I believe. Where's the whoop, right there? Join the AMP Live. It's the Art of the Deal Creative Real Estate Investing Facebook group. It's private. We're going to be going in there, obviously, more when we're not talking about, because there's certain things I don't want to talk about in open market, right? So it'll be locked up in Facebook, even though it's not really locked up, you know that. But, or if we do it privately on a Zoom, then at least we can control the Zoom a little bit, right? That was a little tongue twister. I was trying to figure that out right there. We'll do it on Zoom, or maybe on our own website, inside of an embed code inside the website on a private page, whatever it may be. We'll figure those things out. I did want to say public service announcement, just in case, before I forget. Hopefully it's in my notes here. Hate it when the damn phone times out. What do we got? How to find deals in today's market. That was a couple of days ago. If you missed it, go back, watch the replay. It's going to be inside of this Facebook group right there. So scan that so you get inside the Facebook group. The video's in there. They're basically sharing with you surfing for deals, right? How to find those deals. It's right there. I think we posted it. You can join the free Facebook group. You can also jump on that surfing for deals. You'll get the video. You'll get the templates. Just copy and paste and blow up your phone, email, and text with leads, right? So let's talk about the fastest way to become a real estate investor. Well, the fastest way for me, it took me a little bit longer, right? Most people don't wait that long. And I'm not going to say it just because, does everybody have something to sell? We sure do. It's the one-on-one mentoring, coaching, all that good stuff, but it's our number one program is one-on-one mentoring, 6 months one-on-one. We work with you for up to 12 months, partner up, do about 6 deals, 50-50 splits, all that good stuff. Awesome, beautiful, lovely stuff. But this is the thing. It's a qualification process, right? So the fastest way to become a real estate investor is just that. Now, usually we only work with people who've been beat up in the industry, 7, 8, 9, 10 months, a year and a half, still spinning the wheels, no deals, or did deals and lost a lot of money or lost some money. And that's usually our avatar, as they say it in the internet marketing world, because and you're ready to go and you're still ready to fight. Love the tenacity. You just need a little bit of help, some hand holding, because what you don't know is what you don't know, and go in and make that stuff happen. It happens a lot quicker because you already know some of it. You may know some of the ARV, but then, hey, we got to recorrect. We got to retrain. You might have to lose whatever you learned because it's not working, and then put something on top of it, eliminate it, delete it, and put what is going to work for you, right? Because our goal is to get you as good as an agent or an appraiser without having to get a license, right? That's where you make your money. You have to know the numbers, right? If you don't know the numbers, then there's a way to get all that information on one freaking call, build that relationship with the seller, go to the property, belly to belly, work an awesome deal. That's where the art of the deal or the AMP Live method really, really shines, because it's working on you, right? Probably thinking, well, where's the magic? Is there some type of magical button? No. Magical button is doing it, learning like I did. I got a mentor. I learned from them. I got to hear how he spoke. I got to hear the inflections of his voice and what he said and what he did and when he walked the house, when he presented the contract, when he presented everything that he did in his role of being in business for 40 freaking years, right? I learned that stuff. I gobbled it up. I watched it. I studied it. I picked his brain over and over and over and over to be able to put what I learned from him into my personal business and how I wanted my business to be perceived, right? And you're going to do the same thing. Everybody's going to have their own way of how they should do it, right? But at first, you don't just go, well, I think this is better and that's better. You're just going to spin your freaking wheels. You go with what works. I went with what worked with him, and then eventually started molding it into AHA, into my company, my business, and what I wanted to learn. Because awesome thing about this, and this is something to reflect on. Take notes here. Save this. Because whatever you learn, it's right here in your mind. I don't give a shit what anybody says. It's right there in your mind and nobody can take it away, right? Unless they start, deleting people's brains and thoughts, right? But it's right there. Nobody can get to it. It's in your compartment. It's locked in there. It's like having a superpower. It's like having gold inside of your mind, right? That nobody can steal from you unless you decide to share it. Unless you find somebody you want to coach and mentor and give that value to them, your friends, or maybe it's your family, or maybe you're like, I don't want to share this with anybody like I did last night. Go ahead and share it with anybody. Nobody. People want to come in my office. Where's the contracts? Where's the agreements? Where's the computers? Where's the files? That's not your job, right? Not here to coach you or train you. You're here to work. That's what I'm paying you to do, right? Beautiful, lovely thing. Things change, obviously, because you got social media. And I'm still not a big component of, you can learn anything on YouTube, whatever. That's cool. You can learn a lot. You can definitely move forward. But there's always the little pieces, the little diamonds, the little pieces of the machine that without those pieces, the machine will not run. Or if you get it to run, it's eventually going to fucking break. That's just the way it goes, right? I know it's cynical, right? It is what it is. But we'll eliminate all that good stuff because what you don't know is what you don't know. And there's a lot of mentees that come down the wire and say, I'm going to go this way, right-hand turn. I say, okay, go for it. You're not coming with me here? No, I already know what's down there. We know what's down there. But if you want to go ahead and go. Let me know what you find when you come on back. Some of them who have the faith say, nah, it's all right. What do we do? Right? Others are going to go, I'm going to go check it out because I have to. I'm curious as shit. I got to go see. They go see, they come back, and I don't ask them, what was this, that? They're either going to say, okay, what do we do? We go left. This is where the money's at. This is where the transaction's going over here. This is what we're going to do, right? And how we're going to do it. Are you good with that? Yeah, no problem, right? Just like my mentor did with me. Certain things didn't go a certain way or said something or did something. Did he ask me? Or if I said, you know what, I need more money for this deal. Please, I need to get my cash. Well, I can't pay you that, Eric, because I got to pay for this, and that. Then I got to do all this, and I'm probably not going to make no money for at least 90 days. I can only give you this amount. But you're free to go ahead and shop it around. That's when I knew this guy was the real deal. He didn't try to steal my deal. He didn't try to bullshit me. He didn't try to, snag the deal, bullshit me, or beg me for the deal. It's like, hey, go shop it around if you like. Go for it. So I did because I wanted more money. And I felt there was more. It was $150,000 in the deal, right? So I just said, you know what? I got nickel and dime by someone else. And saying, hey, yeah, I'll give you this much money. Then it started getting lower and lower and lower. Can you help me out with this? Can you help me out with taxes? I just found out this and that, and I'm going to need help with this. So I can only pay you this. I go, fuck. That's lower than what my mentor is going to pay me. So I'm like, shit. Hey, can I meet you at the office? And can you bring a check, cashier's check, please, for the money? Did he ask me what happened? How did it go? See, I told you, blah, blah, blah. No. Yeah, no problem. See you tomorrow, Eric. And he came next day. Cashier's check, contracts, agreements. Looked at it. Awesome. Can we change this and do this? No problem. Whatever we got to do, it's yours. Cut me a check. Said, hey, can I get a picture with you? Shaking hands with him delivering my check, right? I said, yeah, no problem. He laughed and giggled, said, okay, sure, no problem. And I had to kind of assure him, right? Hey, look, it's not the IRS or anything crazy. It's just for marketing purposes. It stays private. The only people see this stuff, right? It's going to be investors or, people I work with exclusively if I'm doing a deal or sellers or whatever. It stays in my little scrapbook, right? So, or on my phone. But that's it, right? And so stuff like that's going to happen to you in this business. Hopefully you keep on rocking and rolling, right? Doing your thing. I'm going to go ahead and put, I think we got the Surfing for Deals. We got Amp Live. Join that. See what else we got. I'm going to get back to my notes here. So the fastest way to become a real estate investor is one is study. Read. Yes, watch YouTube videos. If you can get into some free courses or someone or whatever you got to get into. Study the basics of real estate, right? Understand what a deal is and what a deal is not. Super important. That's what I'm going to talk about next, right? Because there's so many people that come to me and they're saying, I want to do the business, I want to do the business, I want to do the business. I got some money, or I don't have any money, or I spent 6 months and I quit my job and now I got to go back to work next month. I really got to get a deal. I'm at my last, leg and this and that. So, well, that's, what happened? Well, don't you know how to break down a deal? Well, they just said find a deal and send it over to them and they'll tell me if it's a deal or not. I said, well, don't you know how to break down a deal? You need to know the numbers, right? And not just the simple numbers, not just your ARV and what are the repairs and 70 cents on the dollar. It goes deeper in that, right? You got to know what's going on for 3 months, 6 months, a 6 month or 3 month pad, right? What if it goes longer than that? What's the money going to cost, right? What if you're going to use private money? You're going to use hard money? Are you going to use a conventional loan? Are you going to use a FHA or VA loan to try to acquire the property and stay in it for a while and fix and flip it or whatever? Or are you going to just try to lock it up and sell it to somebody? But how are you going to sell something if you don't know its value? That's like, that's like, I don't care what it is. It could be this phone, right? And if I don't know what the value of this phone and this model is with with the memory that it has and all that bullshit, right? Then how am I going to sell it to you for a certain amount? How do I know that you're gonna? How am I gonna sell this to you if you don't know what the amount is, right? You're gonna go, you know what? Yeah, this is 70 cents on the dollar. Are you sure? Are you absolutely sure? And then along with the memory and all this other stuff and what it has and what it doesn't have, is it gonna work? Right? You got to dig deeper. Like for a house or for a property, for example, you got to have a 3 to 6 month pad. Probably going, what the hell is a 3 to 6 month pad? What does that even mean, right? Well, you got to keep the lights on. You got to keep the electrical on. You got to keep the gas running. You got to keep the water running, right? You got to either pay the mortgage if you're going sub 2, or you got to pay the hard money lender, or at least whatever. If you got a loan, you got to pay for that. You got to have closing costs if you're going to do that. All that other good stuff. If you're, so there's variables, right? If you're going traditional, if you're going creative real estate, then you're just using a lot of leverage, right? It's either going to be private money, hard money, or your own money, or someone else's money, OPM, right? Other people's money at the end of the day to make a deal happen. So those factors are all in there, and you got to know what's it going to cost to keep the lights on? What's the insurance? What's the taxes, right? If I fix and flip it, now if you wholesale it, same thing. So why do I need to know all those numbers if I just got to do 70 cents on the dollar and it's good? Okay, yeah, it could probably work. But do you know any of the variables? Is it built in 1950 or 40s, right? Is this person going to buy it to fix and flip, buy and hold? What type of buyer do you have? Are they going to use cash? Are they going to use hard money? Are they going to want to try to sub to it, right? Do they do fix and flips? And if they're doing fix and flips, is there enough money in it at the end of the day, with the numbers that you put together? So it does start off as understanding your buyer, your investor, and vetting them, and then putting them in what everybody calls buy box. I call it whatever, buying criteria for what you want in a deal. So once you lock them into a box, they can't get out of it. And if they try to, then it's just bullshit. They're either fucking with you, or they're trying to get a better deal, or they're just not going to move forward because they're paranoid as shit to do a deal, right? It happens. So that's why we came up with, the A-list, right? Put you on the A-list. We'll give you 3 deals. If you perform on the first one, second one, cool, we'll keep on giving you. Just means moves you up the ranks a lot quicker and faster. We'll keep you on the A-list. There's no such thing. We're not doing the bidding thing. I know others like to do the bidding thing. Whoever writes the highest amount gets the deal. For us, it's who writes the check first. Whoever wants to write the check first and do the deal, you get it. If you don't take the second deal and the third deal, then what happens? After the third deal, we're going to move you to the B list, which is like the second page of Google, right? I say this all the time. And it's true. They're just going to see the deals after other people have gotten those deals and what the spreads are. And the money that they're making, the money that they lost out on. Sucks, I know. But that's just the way it goes, right? But it does work. So however you do your business, right? We always try to do our stuff with integrity and loyalty and communication. We know communication can break down, but integrity and loyalty cannot be broken. Once they're broken, no reason to ever do business again. That's just our policy and procedure at the end of the day. So hopefully a lot of this stuff helps you out. How do you know when a deal is or not a deal? That's where a lot of people come across, and they're saying, well, hey, I'm just going to send it to them. Hopefully they'll send me a check. It doesn't work that way, right? You got to do the homework. You have to understand and know that when you got a deal, that's your bag of gold. Once you have your bag of gold, you have to underwrite that bag of gold. You have to understand and know where the value is. Now, if you understood, this is also an exercise for you too. By breaking it down and going, well, what is my return on investment? How many, if I do it for 90 days or for 6 months, right? What's the pad? What does it cost to sell, with the commission, holding costs, all that good stuff with that bag of gold. Where is my money? Where is my bottom line for myself, for the investor, and for the seller, right? And if all those numbers look good, because they're not always going to be 70 cents on the dollar. If you're going sub 2, you can go higher because you're working with leverage. And everybody takes things different for leverage or cry about an interest rate or this or that. Look, the bottom line is when you're using leverage and you're using just pen and paper to make these deals happen, it doesn't matter what the freaking interest rate is or any, as long as there's money in the deal, if you're going to fix it and flip it. If there's money in the deal to cash flow it, and the equity is there, and then it makes sense for interest rates and all that good stuff, right? But I won't get deep into that. Maybe for another time. But if you have questions about that, definitely hit the chat and reach out, and we'll talk about it. But the bottom line is using leverage, right? You're using leverage to jump into these deals. You got to have that bag of gold. Once you have that bag of gold, then you know exactly what it is. Then you're motivated to go, shit, there's money in here, right? I can make my 30 grand. I can make my 15 grand. Hey, there's enough money in here where I can make my money and then make my investor money. Even if they try to nickel and dime me, it's going to be hard because I got something juicy here that someone else may want, but you have to understand how to sell that bag of gold to somebody else, right? It's not you just can't just say, here's a bag of gold, it's an awesome deal, cool. All right. They're going to nickel and dime you. I want the best deal at the end of the day. Why would I want to pay more than I think I have to, right? Or anybody. Everybody should get paid for what they do. I get it. But at the end of the day, if you got that bag of gold, you have something to work with, right? You have leverage. There's more money. To put it this way, there's more money than there is deals. Bag of gold, right? Right? So, who creates the rules? The one with the bag of gold, because that's the most valuable, right? Simple economics, simple supply and demand. When there's less of something, it's more valuable. When there's more of something, it's not as valuable, even though it may be money. But if there's tons of money and there's less deals, the one who has the deal makes the rules, not the one with all the money. Because you can pick and choose whatever money I want to use, whatever buyer I want to work with. Whoever's the coolest and isn't an asshole or think they got an ego, do you know who I am and how many deals I've done? Don't give a fuck. Don't give a shit. At the end of the day, if you're a dick or a bitch, don't want to hear it. Goodbye. Good luck to you. Who cares? There's hundreds of millions of people in this United States of America, or even the world, right? We weren't put on this earth to kiss everybody's ass, right? I do believe in customer service because the customer should come first. And if they are the customer, well, hey, yes, we treat them with respect. There's also the golden rule, because this is real estate. We're not selling hamburgers. We're not selling, burritos or tortillas or some shit, right? At some retail spot or something, or even coffee, right? It's not happening. What's happening here, right? We're selling bags of gold. It's probably the number one precious thing, or the biggest purchase that any human being is going to make in the world, right? Or in the United States of America. So we're qualifying the buyer to make sure they're true to blue. We're qualifying the seller to make sure that they're not going to screw us and that a red flag doesn't pop up. What do you go? Red flag, right? Boing, right? Red flag pops up. Leave that for some other investor, some other wholesaler. Let them have all the headaches, right? Because it's going to blow up. It's not worth it. Sellers will qualify themselves the way we do it with the AMP Live method, art of the deal, right? American Mentee program, high trust selling, straight selling, put together, share it with you. It's a beautiful, lovely thing. It's what I learned over the years. It's what I learned from my mentors over the years. And just studying, right? Study, watch, execute, watch people. Just like, shouldn't say animals, right? But you can watch people and their behavior and how they say things and do things. And if you do enough of this, you understand, almost like can read their minds. You already say a couple of words and you already know what's going to come back. Two things, right? It's either going to work for you or it's not, right? It's always a story of two. But I'm not going to get into that one either. It's a beautiful, lovely thing. But how do you know what a deal is and what a deal's not? Yes, you can do the simple formula. Take a look at it. It's $450,000 and needs $350,000. Put 70 cents on the dollar. See what it comes out to. Now remember, you still got to figure out repairs. Is it built in 1950s, 60s, 70s? Gonna have issues because you don't know what's inside them freaking walls. 80s and 90s, a little bit better, but not that much better. 2000s and beyond, you're good to go. Good bones, electrical, plumbing. Now, some of the builders may have leaking issues. I won't say which ones, right? Or maybe electrical issues or foundation issues. Or if you're in California, because you got earthquakes and stuff, right? Or you live somewhere in the Midwest, where you got liquefaction and all kinds of other stuff, right? The desert and things of that nature. All those things come into place. That's just becoming an expert, knowing what the hell it is that you're dealing with, right? It's part of the game, part of the jam, right? So, how do you know what a deal is and what a deal is not? Very simple. Learn the numbers. Find how to dig deeper when you're underwriting that deal. Because when you're underwriting the deal, even if you're not going to buy it, here's a pro tip for you. Even if you're not going to buy the real estate and you can't afford it, or you think you can't get it, or you just don't want it, you need to underwrite it like if you're going to buy the property. Because if you wouldn't buy it, why the hell is somebody else going to buy it? Right? But even if you weren't going to buy it, can you sell it to somebody? You probably could if you're a badass salesperson, right? And sell all the benefits of why this is an awesome deal and why they should buy it and how they can get into it, right? With leverage. That's the Amplified method, right? Now, you're not going to sell somebody a shit deal, but hey, we're all adults here. Everything is in black and white. Everything's disclosed. All the contracts, all the agreements, everything is there. You're an adult. You want to play in an adult world? Then read everything, study it, do what you need to do. Because when you get into a deal, it's your jam, right? You're responsible for it. It's a lot safer than, let's say, the stock market, mutual funds and all that shit, right? Real estate, at least you can touch it, you can feel it, you can smell it, and all that good stuff, right? But everything is down to the contracts and the agreements. Become a contract and clause freak. That's what I did. All right, what else we got? Here we go. This is an awesome one. Are you a daisy chainer or a copy and paster? What the hell is that? Everybody knows what a daisy chainer is, right? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people all in the deal and everybody wants to get paid. Or you're a copy and paster and you're going, shit, I got deals all the time. And you're just taking, like one guy I talked to, I guess he contractor, seemed like a good guy and everything, right? I get deals in my inbox every single day. Well, your inbox is 9 times out of 10, 97% of those deals are shit. Shit. You can just grab 3 just to spot check it. And they're all shit deals, right? Only time if you do a spot check with 3 and you see maybe 1, that's a halfway decent deal. Hey, that person might be doing their homework. That person might be grabbing good deals. Put them in your, what? Your black book, right? The ones that are shit, put them in the shit box, the spam box, right? But still, don't delete it because you want to keep track of what these jabronis are sending, right? Because when you do that, you can figure out going, hey, well, this one had a good deal, and then these other people took this guy's deal or gal's deal, and they started posting it. 9 a.m., here's the price. 9 p.m., here's the price, rebranded with all their shit, right? The daisy chainer. And all of a sudden, what? Right? You know their shit. They don't even have control of the deal because this is the one with the, here we go. This is the one with the contract. This is the one with the contract with the right price. So why would I go to these people when I can just go straight to this one over here and get the best deal, negotiate a better deal, and I can eliminate the jabroni daisy chainers and the copy and pasters, right? That's the first thing my mentor said to me, right? Keep it honest, keep it straight, go after deals directly, control the narrative with the seller or with the agent or broker. I get it. People are daisy chaining and JV, call it JV. People even say, well, you a daisy chain. You JV. Yeah, with our mentees, right? It's a mentee and then it's us, right? So we know because we probably helped them get a deal, or if they're bringing a deal to the table, we're going to work it together, right? So it's truly a joint venture, not a daisy chainer situation, right? Or a copy and paster situation, right? It is a true joint venture. We're going to work together. We're probably going to both go on the contracts together, and we're going to sell that son of a bitch to someone else. Yes. What I mean by daisy chain is you got a deal, and then you got others that are just because they're in the feed, they're just copying and pasting and sending it out, and hopefully a buyer, fishing, bites. Then they can qualify that buyer, or they may have buyers in their pipeline. That's a good thing too. That's like a dispo person. Nothing wrong with being a dispo wholesaler. saying, I got a bunch of buyers and I got them all vetted. Send it to me. But I'd rather it come from direct from the one who locked up the contract, right? And then this person's, a dispo, and it went from them to them, and then they're going, okay, cool, get it sold. And even if I happen to be on the buyers list, or we happen to be on the buyers list, cool. At least I know it's direct, because we're eventually going to talk, all of us, right? We're all going to talk. We're going to do a deal. That's a beautiful thing. But I've had it to the point where awesome, beautiful deal here in Southern California, and then all of a sudden, daisy chained all the way from the East Coast to the Midwest to the West Coast. 10 people all wanting to get paid $10,000, $15,000 with all their interlinking of contracts to this one and contracts to that one and shit. And the only reason it got jacked up is a stupid escrow officer, right? The escrow officer legally should not be sharing any information with any of those jabronis who are copying and pasting or daisy chaining, right? But that person did and talked to these people. Literally should have lost their license at the end of the day, but hey, you pick your battles, right? So that knucklehead went ahead and talked to those other people, scared the shit out of our actual buyer because we're the ones with the contract, right? And then we had an actual buyer because they had proof of funds ready to roll. But then at the same token, they had buyers or they had a network of other people that got our deal, rebranded the son of a bitch, sent it to them, got them to sign some agreements saying, oh, blah, 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 and thinking that, well, no, there's no daisy chaining here. That's our contract. If you want it, we'll sell it to you. Let's rock. And they're getting threatened by all the other, we're going to want our money. We're going to sue you, this and that. So this buyer got all freaked out, right? Got their panties in a bunch, right? And left with their tail behind their you-know-what. And that was it. But then it goes back on the market. Boom. We rinse and repeat, sell it to somebody else. That happens. Can you imagine 5 to 10 people all trying to get paid $10,000 in the deal? That's retarded. But that was obviously, several years ago. Does it still happen today? Yeah, I hear it all the time, right? Especially when we ask, oh, yeah, I got a deal. Okay, is it your deal or is it someone else's deal? No, it's my deal. It's my partner's deal. It's my associate's deal. Okay, cool. We do the same thing too, but we're connected, right? We're in a deal together. These people are not. Okay, are they on the same LLC? Are you on the contract? No, my associate's on the contract. I just make the calls, and he does all the negotiating, or she does. Okay, well, that's cool. If those dynamics are there, then I need to be talking to that person. I don't need to be talking to you. Right? You talk to the decision maker, right? We've done that before, too. We got an acquisition person, and we ended up talking to the actual one who has the money for one of our deals, and then somehow they saw the property being marketed or on the list somewhere, and they try to contact us, and we're like, okay, that's cool. So-and-so's your boss. Oh, okay. Well, why don't we just have a chat with them? Put them on, you know what? This is what I do. I said, look, we're not going to work with you. I'll work with you. If they want to pay it, cool. But, we were the procuring person, the buyer, or we got the buyer. We know who he is, and we prefer to do business with them. After we're done with that, then, hey, if you got to be the liaison, then cool. So they're like, okay, no problem. We wanted to make money, right? So that's how it worked out. So we have a personal relationship with the one writing the check. That's most important, right? And yeah, it was a little maneuvering here and there because they weren't used to doing this and that and going, it must be, there's a lot of people getting burned out there. So no, it's just protocol. Look, the bottom line, we've been doing this long enough. Shit happens. People say shit. We want to know we're working directly with you. You're the one who's going to write the check. We got the contract, so at least you know you're working directly with us. If you want us to work with your acquisition person, no problem. Let us know. But if we need something and we need something quick and they don't get it for us, I'm going to go directly to you. Is that okay? Sure, yeah, no problem. Because obviously they want to be nice because they want a deal because they're going to make money. I'm going to be assholes. I'm going to be assholes, and that's cool. We'll give the deal to someone else, right? So it's a beautiful, a lovely thing. And the way we do stuff, so it's not spaghetti at the wall and all that good stuff and, making offers on the phone, pissing people off and trying to text to do deals. You're going to do less deals. It's just a known fact, right? If you're pushing a lot of volume and you got a village inside your office and doing that stuff, yeah, you're going to do a lot of rock and roll deals. But then you can afford to do daisy chains. You can afford to do not even daisy chains, sorry. You can afford to do the spaghetti at the wall. You can do the belly to belly, right? You can do the, however you want to write, try to get a team to just do text marketing. But there should be a process to it, right? a funnel to it, right? First and foremost, this is what happens with all our verticals of marketing. If nothing happens there, then we're going to move to the second verticals of the marketing that we want done, right? Last but not least, if nothing's happening, we got to go, do the text and try to do our deals through text, or maybe it's going to be a door knock, or maybe it's going to be direct mail, or it's going to be, whatever it has to be after it goes through the process, right? It goes through the funnels. That's just marketing. So when you know a deal, once you get good enough, you got to do your numbers. If you do your numbers, then you're going to know very quickly when you get that down 2 to 3, 4, 5 minutes, you're going, shit, that is a deal. Let's go after it. That's your bag of gold. All right, what else we got here? Oh, shit, an hour of juiciness. Okay. Let's go here. So you don't want to be a daisy chainer or a copy and paster, right? It works for some people, but those are for the people that are afraid to negotiate, or they're afraid because maybe they got a bad accent or something like that. They're working it. Sometimes you have to, right? I get that, but a lot of people do it because they're lazy. All right. So Q&A, right? 3 things you need to get up and running in this awesome real estate business. 1, you need to have the right mindset. We talked about that. 2, you need to know the rules of the game to play it, or you'll fail. Then you need to jump in and play, take action, right? And that's how we work. When anybody comes aboard working with us, or you have questions or whatever, point you in the right direction based on where you're at in your career. But everything is lined out a certain way, right? Week 1, this is what we do with your mindset. Week 2, let's break down deals, make sure you understand what a deal is and what a deal is not. Week 3, let's do live role play, get you prepared for your marketing and all that good stuff. The micro lead gen page, the mission is a submission to make sure you're kicking ass in the field. And then 4th, right? Let's start jumping into technology. 4th week. By that time, you're usually writing a check, or not writing a check, but you're writing some offers, or you're talking to some sellers if we're rock and rolling. If not a big deal. Like I always say, it's not a freaking race, right? It's not a rice. It's not a rice bowl. It's not a race, right? You got to take your time and move as fast or slow as you need to, digest it, right? Because this is forever. And then, 4th week, we're doing technology, breaking down the verticals, what type of marketing, surfing for deals, text, ring list, voice message, direct mail, door knocking, whatever works for you. At the end of the day, we put that together. Then we start moving forward, right, into the next month. Start breaking down deals, start getting your marketing budget going. What type of marketing we start using, right? Building up your pipeline of leads to appointments, to deals, to offers, to close of escrow. So there is a method to the madness. We got that all figured out. So there we go. Bonus, how to avoid 2 to 5 years of the learning curve. Save the date. It'll be in the links down below, the Amp Live Challenge, right? You can go to fill out the application. It is an application, see if we are a good fit. Now, I'm not sure if I have this here or not. I might be able to bring up a QR code, and that will be to lock in your spot. Right there. Should be a QR code right there, lock in your spot. That's for the one-on-one mentoring. I believe that should have the application. The new application, right, should be apply.amplivemedia.com/application. Might have a page open. I'm not sure. Let me see. I think that's it. Let me see if that's it. Yep. So let me pull that up here. Let me share the screen. Okay, so there it is. Make sure it's up there. Okay, cool. So join the challenge, right? Join the challenge. This is our one-on-one mentoring program. It's for 6 months, one-on-one mentoring. Check out all the testimonials and stuff of other people. It's very simple, easy. Click that. Boom, that's going to pop up. Let's see if you qualify. Right? Tell us if you're a newbie. You have some past real estate experience, seasoned investor, real estate agent. First name, last name, email, and phone number. Easy peasy, right? Agree to the terms and conditions. We'll chit chat, we'll talk. Doesn't get any easier than that. Definitely will change your life. That's the goal here, right? Okay, so if you do that, that's a save the date. That's the Amp Live Challenge. All right, and obviously I'm going to share this with you, right? You want to become the 1 to 3%. What does that mean, right? 1 to 3%. 1 to 3% of American investors who understand creative real estate investing, right? The other 97% don't understand or know or want to do it or even care, okay? So that's a beautiful thing. That means that niche is narrowed down. That's a special thing. Do it for your family and your legacy. TikTok, I always say TikTok, time is running out. That's the only thing you cannot buy is time. Don't be a should have, could have, or would have, or a day late or a dollar short type of person. That shit sucks. I did it a long time ago. You go in and out, and it just doesn't serve well. You have nothing to lose, which is true. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Do it right now. Don't talk yourself out of it. When's the best time to get into real estate? People ask me that a lot, right? When's the best time? Are you ready for the answer? Get some coffee. The best time to get into real estate is when you're ready. When you yourself have made a decision to say, I'm going to do this. I am going to do this, do or die. That's what I did. I said, look, I said it once. Of course, I had to prepare for all this stuff and then go, hey, I'm going to do real estate until the day I die, and that's it. I said it one time, told the world that that's what I was going to do, and then went out and did it, right? And then stayed silent with all the pains and the growing pains and all the stuff that comes with it, right? The blood, sweat, and tears, right? Until I actually started doing some deals, right? And it's proof in the pudding. Then even then, people are going to talk shit about you. Oh, look, there's the house right there. It's all burnt down, mocking you. Hey, how's that real estate business going? Mocking you. Best revenge is taking that money to the bank, doing your stuff, living your life of freedom. And then they're always going to come back and say, well, I knew you can always do it. I knew you could do it. And you're like, I won't even say it, right? But you know where I'm going with that, right? But it's true. People want you to do good, but they never want you to do better than them. That's the difference here. I don't care how good you get. I want you to get good. I want you to be better than us and myself at the end of the day, because that's our cause and mission, right? Is help you change your life, push you in a trajectory like my mentor did to me and help me do those things, right? Change your mindset, change how you think, because it's there. Trust me, the world doesn't want you to know a lot of things. They want to keep you as a sheep or a worker and all that good stuff, right? Is it harder to do this? Of course. Is it a different type of sheep? Is it a sheep that gets to do whatever they want, when they want to, how they need to do it, when they want to do it, work, not work, whatever? Learning this sheep knows more than the rest, knowing a skill set that most of the other sheep do not know about. I wouldn't even call it a sheep, right? I'd call it maybe a wolf, right? Maybe a wolf, right? Or whatever you want to call it. A human being morphed in from a sheep to a human. I don't know. I'm going in a different direction, different tangent, but check this out. All right. Do it now. Don't talk yourself out of it. What is the best time to get into real estate? That's when you have made a commitment. You said, I am ready to do this. I'm going to do this. And no one's going to stop me. That's when it's the right time. All right. You just have to commit. That's the bottom line. You have to commit. And if you're not willing to commit, then this is not for you, or anything is not going to ever work out for you. Whether it's internet marketing, having a business, the closest thing that you'll have a better chance at is the franchise. But even then, if you don't go through their university and go through their classes and this and that, and don't push their brand the way you need to, then they will strip that franchise from you, and you'll lose all that money, right? That's just the way it goes. Easy peasy, rock and roll, in God we trust. Go ahead and register now. Book a live breakthrough call meeting with myself at Linktree/Erick AHA Amp Live. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the chat. I also will put this application in the chat real quick. We'll go here. I'm going to pop it right into the chat for you. Click that. Let's chat. Let's talk. It's an application. And then I'm going to put my Linktree. If I can find my Linktree here somewhere. Usually have all this stuff set up. But for sure, August 19th is being promoted. So August 19th on a Monday, 2 p.m., public service announcement. We're going to talk about subject 2, everything sub 2. You're going to love it. It's going to be awesome. And I hope you show up. Let me see if I can find this real quick. Okay, no, this is the boss's Linktree right here. I'll put this in here. Take a look. If you want to get your license, you want to rock and roll real estate. Some people ask, should I get my license or not get a license? I heard I don't need a license, or it's better with not. Look, you'll make a lot more money with the real estate license, period. Okay? That's just the way it is, because then I won't get into it right now. So, but you can ask questions on why, right? So hit me up here on the chat or whatever. or if you see this video and you're watching that and you're going, man, that's awesome. How can I do that? I'm going to put it right here. Okay. Then I'm going to put mine. It's coming up right here. Let me pull it up. Where the hell is it at? We'll go links. So much stuff these days. A lot simpler before. All right, so here it is. Book a free breakout call with myself and my team. You're looking forward to speaking with you. It's right there in the chat. Take advantage of it. All right, you can scan that QR code right there if you see it right there, boom, and lock in your spot, the application. I'm going to put this back to the captions and put, where are we at? Sunday Rants and Raves, right? Right here. Okay. So we're done here. Any questions, go for it. Ask anytime. Reach out anytime. DM anytime. If you have my telephone number, then text me. If you don't, you want it, then take care of that application, and someone will set up an appointment with me based on my calendar because I work best via calendar. Public service announcement before I wrap this up. We are looking for acquisition people, right? In other words, if you got a year's experience, 6 months experience, or you just have some sales experience but no real estate experience, that's okay. But we are looking for acquisitions, people who can actually make phone calls, bring deals to the table, negotiate deals based on what we do and how we deliver with the Amp Live method. Then we'd love to speak with you. We're also looking for inside sales, right? Meaning, hey, we'll bring in the leads, we'll supply you with the dialer, we'll supply you with the leads, and you have to turn those leads into a submission. The mission is the submission. You get those full submissions, we underwrite them, we buy those properties, you will get paid, okay? Very simple, very simple. And if you have sales experience, we're willing to train somebody. If you have some experience and maybe you understand how to wholesale, you understand how to break down numbers, things of that nature, you're pretty good on the phone, then we're looking for you, okay? So definitely reach out on this chat and say I'm interested, or go to a DM and figure out how you can just get in touch with us. You can go to the link tree and set up an appointment if that's what you're wanting to do. Hey, I want to talk about this acquisitions thing. I want to talk about this inside sales thing, right? Even dispositions and as well, but inside sales mostly. We got admin and people like that. Or if you are in that realm, we don't want like the people saying, hey, we'll give you, leads and all this good stuff. VA's not looking for any of that good stuff. If you're in the United States of America and you want to learn this business, go for it. If you are outside of the United States of America and you're badass at what you do, then sure, be willing to talk with you, interview, see if it's a good fit. And if it is, let's rock, right? Okay. So I'll leave that there. If you're wanting to become a real estate agent, or you're already a real estate agent and you're not happy and you're looking for some culture, you're looking for an edge, you're looking for what? The Amp Live method, right? You're looking to compete with the wholesalers, investors out there, then you need to join VIP Execs Realty and Lending. That's what we bring to the table, right? As well as the lending side of it, through the traditional lending, as well as private money. And then AHA, Americans Helping Americans, and Amp Live, the American Mentee Program, powered by Amp Live Media. Beautiful, lovely thing. We're looking for badass rock and roll people to come work with us. I don't care if you're 18 or 80 years old, right? No discrimination here, right? So that's as long as you have the drive and you're coachable, you can follow directions. Or if you're kicking ass already and you just want to add a little extra to it and you're willing to pay it forward, come aboard the team. Pay it forward for 3 to 6 months, and then rock and roll and do your thing. Then hey, we love to have you as well. Okay, so open door policy. We're very, very, very open about what we do. Don't have to have all the ducks in a row. We got to have some of the ducks in a row, right? Okay, so definitely reach out. You have the link trees there down below in the chat. Definitely reach out. If you wanted to do the one-on-one mentoring, definitely reach out because I think I hit all the notes here. For today's Sunday Rants and Raves. Hopefully you got some value from it. We're going into an hour and 8 minutes. Definitely watch it all the way through. Bonus is that surfing for deals. If you want to find deals, easy peasy. Shit, like I said, just book some time. If you want to book the time and then pick my brain and show you how to do it, that's fine too. Or you can pick my brain and go, you know what? Hey, I think I need some help here. Is how do we figure out how to help you, right? Can't do that unless we know where you're at in your career. Okay, so that's our cause and mission for AHA Americans Helping Americans. Hope you enjoyed today's Amp Live real estate show. Rants and Sunday sermon, Rants and Raves, obviously with your host, Erick Paul. Like I said, we'll probably bring out some more guests. I know it's short notice, so I sent out a couple of links. I wanted my sub-2 guy to come aboard, but I guess he's out boogie-woogieing, doing the dance, Mr. Dance Fever, and watching some bands and stuff. So then the other young man, I think he's doing had some family stuff, a little short notice, doing his family stuff, right? And the other one, same thing, family stuff, having some breakfast and lunch and things of that nature. And it is Sunday, right? So short notice is what it is. But I believe next Sunday, I'll pull them in. I'll pull them in on Saturday for some Saturday training, pull some more peeps down for Sunday as well. If for whatever reason you're watching this video and you need somebody to jump on a podcast and share their story and share the wealth and help promote your podcast, definitely reach out. Do a DM, and I'll send you our speaker sheet out to you and package and all that good stuff. Or webinars or live events or speaking events, any of that good, juicy awesomeness, because that's what I do. It's what I love. It's what we're all about. It's what I'm about. Rock and roll and all that you do. Keep on rocking. Keep on